Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, great. If you're not new here, great. How you guys doing? I have a conceptualized question for you. Oh, look at that. Five pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, just imagine if everybody in the world, or all the working class people, right? All the people working for somebody else to make somebody else more money. What if everybody all at the same time said, you know what? I'm going to go home. I will do anything you ask of me to help our community, to support, make sure everybody's got houses, food, shelter, utilities, everything that our modern comforts. And then the rest of the time is my time to be creative, to create what I want to create for myself and the community. What do you think would happen? And say, as long as you treat my time as valuable as anybody else's, and we don't put anybody else in, and I don't want to be working for somebody else's narcissistic idea of as long as we can come to a decision as a group. There's boundaries, right? Because that's why entrepreneurs just go into the market anyway, right? You go because you don't want to work for somebody else. You want to work for yourself. What do I have to offer the community? And the reality is, if you're not providing a need for the community and it's not balanced, then what are we doing, right? That's the most difficult part, right? We'll see a breakdown in society unless we understand how to balance the needs of the community in a way where everybody gets access to the same degree as somebody else. Right? As it sits now, somebody who's working as an electrician at a dam somewhere, like I used to, doesn't have the same access. They don't have the right to work 20 hours a week if they want to, and make whatever schedule they want, right? So there's a couple of classes of people right now, they're just not beholden to anybody. And it's only because of cha-ching, right? I just wanted to pose that question to you guys, And the reality is, and this is the reality behind it, is if you did something like that, right? For one thing, you'd get rid of all the positions within that organism of the need. You'd have to set boundaries to make sure that whatever you're providing, people are paying for if they're outside of that, right? If people say, oh no, I still want to work and be a slave for this guy and make him more money. Right? You got to set boundaries. But if everybody's making the same, then you have to have a system where A, you get rid of weeds, or you heal the weeds, right? People that feel like they are entitled to more than somebody else. If they're willing, if you're willing to put in the same amount of effort as anybody else, then right, you should be entitled to the same as anybody else that's willing to put that much effort in. And the reality is you wouldn't need to put I've said this before on my YouTube channel, something between 15 to 20 hours a week probably would be community service time. The rest of the time would be yours to create whatever you want, or vacation time or whatever, because then you have access to all the food, shelter, travel, everything you wanted within the community. You're just churning through and supporting the community in whatever way it wants you to support it. Or you might have a background in a specific skill set. Yeah. Anyway, today we're going to do a general energy reading for the group collective. I haven't done one of these for a while, and we're just going to do it. Page of Swords. Listening. What's going on? What's going on in the environment? What is going on? The Spirit of the Page of Swords. We're listening with a young voice, a young ear. It's best to always have an open mind and think about what's happening. I was in a meeting today where somebody said, I think they're from New Zealand, and I think the rest of us were in the States. It's like a 3 or 4 person meeting. It was a networking meeting, and I think 3 or 4 of us busted off into a smaller group. And they said, boy, we heard things are getting really bad over there. I was like, well, maybe you know something that we don't. But, I mean, there's definitely a constriction in the marketplace. What else we got? And what's that doing, right? It's forcing people. I mean, you can't not meet the needs of the community just because there's money. Oh, ten of Cups. 10 of Cups energy. That sounds pretty good. I like the 10 of Cups. I think the 10 of Cups is one of the best things in this deck. Right? I mean, it doesn't really get much happier than that. Happy little kiddos. Got a red roof. Maybe it's in the south. Maybe this is just for Arizona only. No, that's not. That's green. That's green. Yeah, I don't know. Red roof still. Red roof. Red rum. 6 of Wands. You're a winner, whether you realize it or not. You guys are taking a lot of joy in home life and a winning attitude. And listening, right? Listening to the needs of what's around you. That's how you do that, right? That's how you make your family happy, is you provide for a need. And your Emperor energy just flew out of the deck. The Emperor is in charge of the realm and is always trying to provide for a need of what needs to be done, right? And if there's a need that needs to be met, do your best to meet it, right? Because people have needs. As long as you're not hanging on to things for the sake of hanging on to them, then all needs can be met. And your childlike energy. Then you can go play. It's time to play, right? Time to play. I'm not gonna keep pulling these. You guys already know. You guys are already having a ball. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how it looks on the outside. Doesn't get much better than the Emperor and the Sun. So pull one more right out of the middle. Pow. Ooh, 9 of Swords. Well, and this could be people around, right? I mean, there's always, where there's happiness, there's sorrow. That's why this came up. I was just watching, and I'm writing about this. It's one of the greatest parts of Dune 2, where right after Paul Atreides' mom, Jessica, she becomes the new Reverend Mother for the Fremen. If you guys haven't seen Dune 2, watch it. Amazing movie. Very prophetic for a lot of different reasons. So it's almost all about, that movie is 100% about belief and the path that you travel through belief. Anyway, after she takes the water life, she becomes the Reverend Mother. And if you don't know, the water life is the bile of an unborn or a newborn sandworm, and it's poison. So it kills the body. And his mother's, Jessica's able to transmute the poison and become the new Reverend Mother. But she's carrying an unborn child. Paul's sister. What's her name? It starts with it's like Aya, or I don't know. You guys can put it in the comments. Let's look it up, right? Why not? We got time. This is just a YouTube channel. Unborn sister. Alia. Yeah. Alia. knew it started with that. But is talking to Jessica now because she is exposed to the poison. She has all the full power of a full Reverend Mother, and a Reverend Mother inherits all the memories of all the previous Reverend Mothers before her. And she's like, she's talking to me. And she starts to tell Paul, you must do what I did. To become the Kwisatz Haderach, you must drink the water of life. And then you will see the beauty and the horror. Because when people don't choose the beauty of unconditional love and non-attachment and providing love for their environment and being open to receive, this is, right, you have to ground out this energy. Sometimes you're grounding out this in the background, but if you're not choosing that and you're choosing a path of debt and slavery to debt, then this is, right? Because you're projecting that onto other people. Like they have debts that they, if you're holding somebody else of a debt, it means you're holding yourself of debt, and you'll be in that Nine of Swords energy. So let's get a little bit more on the Nine of Swords. It's just the more powerful you will see in society of people that are moving away from pain and anxiety and debt, the more that you're going to see the opposite, right? Where people are fighting to regain control and anxiety will go through the roof. Empress energy. God, we got the Empress, the Emperor, the Sun, and the Nine of Swords. So maybe there's just a little bit of more on the Nine of Swords. I think some of you have somebody that's worrying about what you think of them. You guys are staying diligent and working. Four of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. I think there's just a little bit of worry of the unknown, and there's people in the background that see you working, and you guys are in your Emperor, Empress energy and having a good time, and maybe wish they would have made different decisions on maybe how to work with you, or maybe how to choices that they've made, right? Don't worry about the past. The past is gone. And then, God, there's so many good cards in this. The Nine of Swords is the only one. Queen of Swords. Cutting off things that don't serve you. As the Empress, you're already embodying the Queen of Swords. And as you're working, right, these cards go together. Because when you're in your Eight of Pentacles energy and you're creating a happy home, you have to do this, right? You have to cut away those things that are coming at you that aren't good for your state of being. Right? So let's get an oracle card. I'm curious to see what's on the bottom here. What do we got? Death. Transformation. We're always dying. In order to be alive, you have to die continually, over and over and over. Always will. The burning bush is always consuming itself and becoming something new. That's how it stays alive. The two are intricately be still. I love this picture, Be Still. It's embodying every color of the rainbow. There's a lot of win and happy energy and Emperor energy in this, and just diligent working at your craft and overcoming this Nine of Swords energy. You know, it could be something that's being projected from your environment. Take it as it resonates, or it could be something that you're finally overcoming, right? Because by staying in that Eight of Pentacles energy and you're working, you're getting rid of that, and you know, it finally allows you to be at peace and be still, and then you can embody all of those aspects of the Godhead bodily, right? Love you guys so much. I don't know where my cat's at. I was on a podcast today, and she had a black cat. There he is. He's sitting on the back deck. He's just checking out the neighbors. The neighbor cat has a black cat, and he's got a really poofy floor that gets matted, and they shaved him on both sides, like all the way down. And so he's got this mohawk of black hair on his back. And he was crossing the road. I was down at the end of the road getting my garbage can, and I was like, hey, look, there's a skunk crossing the road. I thought it was a skunk crossing the road next to the house, but it was the neighbor cat, because he was completely shaved on both sides, and he looked exactly like a skunk from a distance, because he's white and black. And my vision isn't as good as it used to be. I would have known that it was the neighbor cat if he was just a little bit closer. But I hadn't seen him yet since he completely shaved him, because he was shaving him in parts. He had shaven big blocks of him, so he looked like this spotted black cat with like chunks of fur missing. And then when he came out, he just had a mohawk. And interesting cat. If you look at his sides, he's got these interesting, like, lined swirl markings on his armpits, like right behind his arms, because he's shaven on both sides all the way down. He's got fur on his bottom of his legs, but he looks almost like a poodle, except like if you left a poodle with the top fur on the top. I should take a picture, and I will. I'll take a picture, and I'll cut it into my next video. And I'll start with my next video for you guys. Really nice kitty. I love this cat. And he'll come into the house, and Louie, our cat, just sits here. He just gets mad at him. Yeah. I don't know. Poor Louie. He's just trying to protect what he's got, right? It's mealtime here. He's got Rule of the Roost. He's the only animal here, except when Squirrel comes over on the weekends, which she'll come over this weekend. But anyway, love you guys. Have a good one. Later.